Imagine a place meant to be a safe sanctuary of care and healing, but instead it becomes a nightmarish crime scene. This is exactly what happened in the city of Chester in the UK. Welcome to Murder Mysterious. Today, we delve into the chilling case of Lucy Letby, a nurse accused of horrific crimes. The sudden rise in neonatal deaths and collapses at the Countess of Chester Hospital between June 2015 and June 2016 led to a thorough investigation. But what led to these tragic events, and could there be more to the story? Dr. Breary, the head of the neonatal unit, first noticed the alarming pattern. Babies who were previously stable began to suffer sudden and unexplained collapses. Despite his repeated warnings, hospital administrators were slow to respond. They couldn't believe that one of their own could be responsible. Dr. Breary documented the cases meticulously, pushing for a deeper investigation. But it wasn't until more babies died that the hospital administration took his concerns seriously. Meanwhile, Dr. Ravi Jayaram, a consultant paediatrician, began to notice odd behaviours. On one occasion, he walked into the neonatal unit and found Lucy Letby standing by a baby's incubator, with the baby's oxygen levels dangerously low. Despite this, no alarms were sounding, and Letby had not called for help. This was one of the many incidents that raised red flags for Dr. Jayaram. Despite these alarming signs, the hospital administration was hesitant to act, and they didn't want to call in the police as it would look bad for the hospital. An internal investigation was launched, but the initial response was dismissive. Dr. Jayaram and other concerned doctors were told by senior management, including the executive director of nursing, that it was unlikely that anything is going on. The doctors were even pressured to apologise to Letby for harassing her, a move that left them feeling helpless and frustrated. Dr. Breary commissioned an independent review by a neonatologist from Liverpool Women's Hospital, which concluded in February 2016 without identifying a specific cause for the rise in deaths. Despite this, Dr. Breary and Dr. Jayaram continued to voice their concerns, but faced increasing pressure from hospital management not to make a fuss. Finally, in May 2017, stymied by the hospital administration, Dr. Breary and Dr. Jayaram turned to Cheshire Police. Operation Hummingbird was launched, and detectives began a thorough investigation. They reviewed medical records and forensic evidence, revealing that Letby was present during all the incidents. Forensic analysis linked her to tampering with medical equipment, and her personal notes contained alarming admissions. In 2018, Lucy Letby was arrested at her home in Chester. The investigation uncovered a horrifying pattern of deliberate harm, with Letby injecting air into babies' bloodstreams, poisoning them with insulin, and overfeeding them milk. The trial, which began in October 2022, was one of the longest in UK history, lasting over 10 months. The prosecution presented damning evidence, including text messages where Letby expressed anxiety and distress after the incidents. Handwritten notes found in her home included phrases like, "I killed them on purpose because I'm not good enough to care for them. I am evil, I did this," and "Today is your birthday and you are not here and I am so sorry for that." Officers raiding Letby's bedroom also found some 257 confidential hospital documents, including handover and resuscitation sheets and blood gas readings, hidden away in bags, some related to the babies she had been found guilty of hurting or killing. Letby repeatedly said on the witness stand that she simply liked to collect paper or had forgotten to remove the documents from her uniform before heading home. Separate searches of Letby's phone found she had searched Facebook, stalking the parents of the babies she has murdered. She had also sent a sympathy card to the parents of a baby she killed, child 1, who died in October 2015. Lucy photographed the card hours before the victim's funeral. The card read, "Thinking of you today and always. Sorry, I cannot be there to say goodbye." She signed off the card, "Lots of love, Lucy." Colleagues described Letby's behaviour as odd, reporting incidents where she was found loitering near the baby she later harmed. She was seen standing by a baby's incubator, shortly before the baby collapsed. This overwhelming evidence painted a clear picture of her guilt. Letby was ultimately found guilty of murdering 7 babies and attempting to murder 6 others. She was sentenced to life imprisonment without the possibility of parole. On the 21st of August 2023, Letby was sentenced to life imprisonment with a whole life order. Handing Letby a whole life sentence, Judge Mr. Justice Goss said the former nurse kept hospital documents relating to many of her victims as morbid records of the dreadful events surrounding the collapses of her victims and what she had done to them. He said Letby had a fascination with the babies and their families, noting repeated searches Letby made on Facebook for the names of her victims' parents. However, the investigation didn't stop there. Recently, in July 2024, Letby was also convicted for the attempted murder of baby K. After a retrial from an earlier case, the police are now conducting a broader investigation, reviewing over 4,000 cases of infants she had contact with. There could be more victims yet to be discovered. Lucy has repeatedly filed for appeals on her conviction throughout 2023 and 2024. What do you think happened? Could Letby have acted alone, or is there more to uncover? Share your theories in the comments below. Here are some questions to consider. Was Letby solely responsible for the deaths and collapses, or could others be involved? What could be the motive behind such heinous acts? Was it a need for attention, a psychological disorder, or something else? Are there any overlooked pieces of evidence that might shift the blame? Could the hospital's policies or another individual have contributed to these tragedies? Subscribe now and hit the notification bell so you never miss a twist in the tale, and stay tuned for more updates in the case.